Okay, this is 11-3, a volume of pyramids and cones, part 2. We're on problem number 7. We did skip problem number 5 earlier. So find the volume of a cone with base, circumference, and height 2 inches more than twice the radius is. 2 inches more than twice the radius. Okay, so to find the volume, we need 1/3 area of the base times the height. So we need to find out what the radius is. So what we can do is we can use the circumference formula. Circumference equals 2 pi r. We can substitute this in for circumference. We can divide both sides by the 2 pi. Therefore, r equals 25/2. Or you could say 12.5. So if r is 12.5, our height is going to be 2 plus 2 times the 12.5, which is going to give you 27 inches. And then we can substitute into our formula. So we have 1/3 pi, our radius is 12.5 squared, times our height, which is 27. All right, and let's just round this one to the nearest tenth. So when you key all that in your calculator, you're going to get 4,417 and 9/10 cubic inches. Okay, now we're going to find the volume of this cone. So it's 1/3 pi radius squared times height. Okay, so radius is given, but our height is not. Our height is this dotted line right here. It's got to be perpendicular to the diameter of that radius right there. So what we have is a right triangle here. This is 16 and this is 34, so we can find this leg, which is actually our height of this cone, by using Pythagorean theorem. You can take the hypotenuse, square it, subtract one of the legs, square it, and you'll get that height. Okay, so after you work all this out, class, your height is actually going to be 30 centimeters. So we can come back over here and substitute into our formula. And let's do it in terms of pi and rounded to the nearest tenth. So in terms of pi, you're going to get 2,560 pi cubic centimeters. And then rounded to the nearest tenth, you're going to get 8,042 and 5/10 cubic centimeters. Okay? All right, on this one, the diameter and the height of the cone are divided by 3. Describe the effect. Okay, before we even start, you all know, because it's the volume, whatever the effect is, you cube it. So it's going to be divided by 27. Okay, so let's double check. So we're going to find the volume of this first cone. So my radius is half of 15. And my height, guys, this here is your height. So my height is 15. So we're going to get about 281. This is approximate pi cubic inches. Then we're going to divide the diameter and the height by 3. So 15 divided by 3 gives me 5. So now my radius is 2.5. Same with the height. And my height is now 2.5. So for this new one, we're going to get approximately 10.4 pi cubic inches. So it's off a little bit because we're estimating to be more around 2.9. Okay? This was like number 5. I felt like I just needed to show you one instead of showing you both. All right, last one. Let's see. Should we do candy question? I think we will not. Let's work this one together, guys. Okay, so we have a cone. And we have a cylinder. And we have a cone. And we need to find the volume of all these, rounded to the nearest tenth. Okay, so for a cone, it's 1/3 pi r squared times height. For cylinder, it's the area of your base times the height. And then for a cone, it's 1/3 pi r squared times height. All right, so let's look at the cone right here on top. All right, so we have 1/3 pi. Our radius is 21 squared, and our height is, well, if this segment is 70, and the height of this cylinder is 35, to find the height of that top cone, you're going to take 70 and minus 35. Okay? Plus the cylinder, so you've got pi. Use a different color for the cylinder. So you've got pi, radius of the cylinder is 21, and the height of the cylinder is 35. Plus, you've got this bottom cylinder, so you've got 1/3 times pi times the radius squared times the height of that one, which is 40. Okay, so what you can do is you can key all this in your calculator. And you all need to do that. I need to get a calculator because mine's, I have my answer in terms of pi. Make sure you're using your pi button instead of 3.14. And this is what I got. I'm getting, let's see here, 83,126 and 5/10 centimeters cubed. I think that's it for today's lesson, class. So have a good one.